Two more donuts. Why was there no music there? Just noticed that. That was kind of weird. Game sound was definitely still working. Luna's extra cute right now. Luna! Sorry. Give me a very, like, I'm sleeping here, why are you bothering me? She's also, like, her eyes barely opened. Oh no! Thank you, adventurer. For a moment there, I feared that my bones were to be ground up and used to bake bread. I'm relieved to see that you are unharmed. It was wrong of me to press such a dangerous task upon you. My lady, your worries are wasted on me. It's nothing at all, I assure you. If it please you, I shall report on my findings. As you can see, though the tip of the fragment is exposed, the rest of it is encased in rock and crystal, rendering it impossible to enter the structure. We might try excavating the area around the fragment, but is like to take time, and there really is no telling how deep we may need to dig before we find a suitable point of ingress. As such, I'm forced to conclude that gaining entry to this fragment is unrealistic. Forgive me, my lady. Found it. You're losing precious time. What are we to do now? 'Tis I, Ch. Glad tidings have I for thee and my lady. For a blessing, a way hath been found by which thou mayest enter the remaining fragments of Dalamud. Pray escort Mistress Alice to the Cerulean Crossing Plant in northern Thanalan. There all shall be made clear. To northern Thanalan! Ch has found a way. And we must go to him at once. Alright, Fancy Orange. What do you know? And how do you know it? Oh, Fancy Orange. Mine apologies for summoning you thus from afar, my lady. It is here that your journey may finally begin. I did wonder. To my knowledge, there are no fragments in northern Thanalan. Nor are you mistaken, my lady. The pathway doth exist, one which you yourself had made use of in the past. The conclusion of your several forays into the binding coil was at the crystal formation which lieth to the north of this place that you did emerge, was it not? Yes. An ethereal stream bore us back to the surface. That much I had surmised. Are you suggesting that we can use it to return underground? And even if that were possible, would it not simply bear us back to those places which we have already explored? It need not, my lady. Pray allow me to explain. Upon the evidence of your experience, it seemeth plain that two intermittent talks may share the self-same ethereal egress. From this we did infer that others may be connected in like wise. Thus did we labor long to verify the existence of further tributaries to the selfsame stream, in which task we were at length successful. It was then but a matter of arriving at a solution to the problem of traveling to an unattuned destination. That one might reach what we may call the headwater, we proposed to employ a modified aetherite service to amplify such ripples as do originate from said source. By focusing one's essence upon these ripples, it should be possible to make the journey. But be fairly warned, my lady, as with all untried modes of ethereal travel, this method entaileth considerable danger. Merely to attempt the voyage could cost you your life. That is a risk I'm willing to take. You're brilliant, Urianger. But I'm curious, do you have assistance in forming this plan? Not help noticing your repeated use of the word we, unless you have taken to using the majestic plural in our absence. Nay, my lady. As you have correctly surmised, I was not alone in this endeavor. Meaning there are others who are aware of our mission. Well, cannot be helped now. Preventing Bahamut's return is what matters. If some secrecy must be sacrificed to achieve our goal, then so be it. Yeah. Verily, it was not my wish to withhold knowledge of the aid I received. Pray that Mr. Salisay will forgive me when she learneth of its source. Who is it? Fancy Orange? Why are you scheming so much? Doing all sorts of shady stuff. That must be the modified aetherite. What are the immortal flames doing here? Those men may be sworn flames of Ul'dah, but they are first and foremost faithful retainers of House Leveilleur. Alphino! Alphino and Alisaie are back together! Alphino! So it was you who was helping Urianger. Who else could it have been, dear sister? Lest you worry, I have no intention of making the details of your venture public. Like you, I would prefer to avoid causing a panic. Given that which is at stake, namely the survival of the realm, one must be willing to accept help when it is offered. Would you not agree? At the very least, do not be cross with Urianger. It was at my behest that he kept silent. We will speak later. Pray forgive me, my lady. Knowing full well your intent, I judged it meet that Master Alphino be informed. Though your grandsire hath become Bahamut's thrall, his noble blood courseth yet through both your veins, if he must needs be struck down. You hear that, Alphino? I mean to strike down grandfather. And when I have done so, I shall banish Bahamut to the aether. Nothing you say will sway me from my course. I will protect Eorzea. I will uphold grandfather's legacy. Grandfather's legacy? You still do not know what you yourself desire. Your actions are still driven by borrowed resolve. Borrowed resolve? What does this have to do with anything? Protecting Eorzea was grandfather's goal, and we made it ours, both of us. That is why we came here, unless you have forgotten. Gods forbid I should ever forget, Alisaie. You misunderstand. Do not question your resolve, only whence it came. If it were your own, you would be able to tell me precisely why you desire so fervently to protect Eorzea. Yet you cannot. It is not your resolve, but grandfather's. You may struggle to see the difference, but borrowed resolve shall never be as strong as that which springs from within. Let us speak of this another time. For now, preventing Bahamut's return is all that matters. To be plain, I have no objection to striking down whatever is left of Grandfather. Know, however, that I will be accompanying you this time. As a son of House Leveilleur, I would be present for his final moments. Very well. You may join us on one condition. I make the decision. Oh, poor Alice. Why are they always fighting? Please, milady. The name's Erkenrod. Our preparations are just about complete. When you're ready to embark on your mission, just give me the word. I'll be waiting for you at the cerulean processing plant. That's true. She's supposed to make the decisions if nobody tells her what's happening. Pay no heed to my brother. You can rely on me. We've come far together, you and I. Together we shall see our journey to its end. Yeah. Alfino definitely needs some lessons in humility. I've been waiting for you, Mistress Astrathi. Pleased to say that the Aetherites primed and ready. As you know, the remaining intermittent hulks are connected to the fragments in Eastern Thanalan and Mordona. It's to the former that we'll be sending you first. Now you'll be starting inside the hulk, meaning you won't have to cover so much ground. The drawback being that you'll be fighting for your life from the moment you get there. Must be prepared for anything, for Milady's sake, not for your own. That's about all I can tell you. When your preparations are in order, just give me the word, and I'll send you on your way. I may even throw in a prayer for your speedy return, just to be on the safe side. He is definitely about to get a lesson in humility, since this happened before all the post-Realm Reborn content. In spite of your presence, I must confess that there were moments when I feared the worst. But in the end, you plucked us from the flames and bore us safe into Oh. Okay. Sorry. This is after we finished it. Alright. So we're just gonna watch the cutscenes. We'll skip the fights. Central Decks. It's 4,560 yards. I'll be able to replay this. That's fine. We won't leave. One second. I want to make sure the volume is okay. How's that? Hello. Okay. A little loud? Oh, sorry. The game or my voice? Maybe it was okay. I just didn't need to touch it. Okay, it's back to where it was. Is that alright? Okay. This is how it looks on the inside. That the clock still functions. Teleportation was a success. You are come to the right place. It's no telling how much further Bahamut has degenerated since last we beheld him. Let's make haste to the main bridge and deactivate the coil. There were receptacles similar to these in their previous vault. Those held chimerical beasts. Only the elegans know what other abominations may be sleeping within. They may well be part of Dalamod's internal defenses. We must stay on our guard at all times. Aww. Even though they kind of hate each other right now, I like seeing the twins together. Okay, so I think we beat the first boss. Now we're here. By the 12 dragons. So many. We were aware that the elegans possessed the means to control the creatures, but to imprison them thus is barbaric. I would not wish such a fate upon my worst enemy. It's plain that no love was lost between the elegans and the dragons. It was truly necessary to keep so great a number here. Dalamud did not want for defenses. This we have experienced firsthand. Guardians as the elegans created, both living and unliving, surely no less capable of repelling intruders than these poor creatures. Tell me something, Alice. Have you not managed to determine by whose will Bahamut exists? No, I have not. At first I assumed that Bahamut had no people of his own. The elegans had perhaps discovered a way to simulate prayer itself. However, Nail's words gave me cause to reconsider. Specifically, Jade's mention of Bahamut's beloved children. From that, I inferred that the primal is given form by the will of worshippers whom we have yet to... Oh. Strike me down for a blind fool. Bahamut's beloved children, right there before my very eyes. How could I be so stupid? Who else but the dragons of Eld would summon Bahamut? Who else but they could sustain him? I think I wondered why the elegans kept them imprisoned here. Then should the flame of Bahamut's life go out, his faithful children would summon him back. For this reason, the Elegant Empire kept an army of dragons here in a perpetual state of duress, that they might sustain the primal's existence. That's so messed up. Truly, the Elegant's ingenuity knew no bounds. Neither did their cruelty. No wonder that Bahamut was so enraged. No one denied that it was man who sowed the seeds of the calamity. Oh, there's your answer. Will you now turn your hatred towards our own kind, dear sister? That's a cool shot. Really like that. Do not patronize me, Alfino. Merely acknowledge our guilt. Lest you be in any doubt, I have no intention of allowing Bahamut to lay the world to waste. Regardless of the atrocities the Elegans committed against his kind, we have no choice but to eliminate all who worship him, be they his children or his thralls. It seems reasonable to assume that the system responsible for the primal's regeneration is also responsible for sustaining the captive dragons. If we disable it, all should perish. Let us press on. That is so messed up. These poor dragons. They're not even primals. They're just dragons. Why? This looks like a model of Delamed. Yes. For millennia, Bahamut must have gazed at this unchanging view. Trapped inside a prison that was scarcely large enough to contain him, unable to move, denied the release of death. How his hatred for men must have burned. And that hatred found an ideal vessel in Nail Van Darnus. In many ways, Bahamut is to be pitied, not loathed. Knowing the true extent of his fury, I'm more convinced than ever of the necessity of our endeavor. Besides, his is not the only soul that cries out for vengeance. Onward we press. We at the center.
Gods, he is almost whole again.
Uh-oh, voice acting. No, something big's about to happen. Are you ready? There's actually voice acting. Actually, I forgot there was voice acting in this. It's very rare that we get voice acting in side quest. That would be incredible. I don't think that's the case, but I would have definitely tried to get Travis. You ready to let it play? Let you give the word. Alright. Let's learn the truth of Bahamut. And Louis Swa. Main bridge. 8,872 yams.
His size is staggering. I can scarce imagine how Grandfather stood against such a monstrosity.
This cannot be allowed to proceed any further. Let us disable the coil and move on. Grandfather? No, that man is dead. I will not dishonor my beloved grandsire's memory by calling you such. You are but his twisted shape, the thrall of a mad primal.
Louis Swa.
You were foolish to disregard my warning, child. Are you so convinced of your own righteousness?
I'm pet fucking then?
'Tis the rightness of our path that led us to return. Eorzea will never be safe whilst Bahamut remains to threaten all we hold dear. What of the hero who gave his life in defense of the realm? Do you truly dispute the justice of our cause?
My poor, ignorant grandchildren. Your world is shaped by naught but recent conflict. Listen, and I will speak to you of justice.
You're not Louis
'Twas in
Swa.
the twilight of the third astral era. The southern land of Mericidia suffered invasion at the hands of the Alagon Empire. With no atrocity too depraved for their purpose, the forces of Alec were unstoppable in their advance. Desperate for salvation, the dragons prayed to one of their first brood, to their ancestor Bahamut. Infused by the power of their fervent supplications, Bahamut arose from the abyss of death and took wing as the Mericidians' newborn god. Yet this great miracle would only serve to further the maniacal designs of the dragon's imperial conquerors. The cruel fetters which bind my lord stand testament to the Allagon's boundless greed and hubris.
That's how he came back as a primal.
I once summoned the 12 in an attempt to forestall the advent of the 7th Umbral Era. What then did the dragons of Mericidia do that I did not? Wherefore are they accursed and I exalted? 'Tis man's overweening belief in his own primacy that blinds him to the commonness of his condition and the truth of his own tyranny. As long as man is suffered to remain, the dragons shall never be at peace. Only when the plague of people has been expunged shall the children of Lord Bahamut be free. Then shall the world know true justice.
Dragons and people have been fighting
Stop
for a long
it!
time.
Grandfather would never say such things. His belief that people were worth saving never faltered. He had faith in their strength, that they could stand together and push back against the darkness seeking to shape them.
A false hope. 'Tis folly to place one's faith in so flawed a race. Stand together? Huh? They would first need to agree on which direction to face. If history teaches us anything, it is that man cannot find common ground between his own 2 feet. Even you, twins whose veins run with the same blood, struggle to fathom each other's reasoning. You hide your differing agendas behind the convenient banner of Eorzea's salvation. Given your obvious self-interest, can you truly claim no kinship with the Allagon? And though I hope they might bring you closer, 'twould seem that the twin grimoires I bestowed upon you were a wasted gesture.
There may well be truth in your judgment of Alize and me, but such a one-sided tirade bemoaning the evils of man rings false, coming from the lips of Archon Louisoix. Tell me, do you champion the cause of dragons because Bahamut compels you as his thrall? Or is it because you yourself have transcended the limits of man's existence?
Sorry, what?
Ah, so the
That was my face
possibility
as well,
did not
Alice.
escape your notice. What I prayed for, and what I have become. These are the keys that unlock the truth behind Eorzea's rebirth.
It's not a thrall?
If you would have them, then you must needs take them by force. Come, rend this divine form asunder and claim your answers.
He is a primal! What? And what answer is playing in the background? Large bird!
I thought... No. He has become a primal?
He was a primal, you were right!
It is difficult, I
All
know,
along.
but you must accept it. That entity
Oh, no.
is no phantom or imposter. It is our beloved grandsire.
You were right. It was him, but primaled.
Please, for his sake and for ours, you must defeat our grandfather.
He's a phoenix. I wish we could do the fight. Right? Like, I feel like I'm not involved in this. I wish it had us do the fight. Like, such a cool moment.
Grandfather is truly gone this time. But better it end this way than the alternative.
The music for that fight's so good. But yeah, then we fight Primal Louis Saw. Defeated him. And now we're here. No, I think Dale was just a thrall. I'm a little confused as well. Louisoix was a primal, but I think he was also, yeah, I think you're right. I think he was a primal, but because Bahamut is an elder primal, he was still able to, like, enthrall the primal. Hopefully we'll get some answers. I mean, he did say when he summoned the 12, he said, like, what did you think I wished for when I summoned the 12? So, probably only became a primal in that cutscene at the beginning of where they revealed a realm reborn. Yeah, I'm not 100% true that's the case. But that's my best guess, because he definitely has the red glowy eyes that would suggest that he was a thrall to Bahamut. And yeah, that did not sound like him talking at all. But yeah, it seemed like he was a primal long enough to defeat Bahamut, or I guess keep him imprisoned for all this time. But somehow gave his own life, but then Bahamut enthralled him. I don't know. We're not done yet. Let's see if we learned anything new, I guess, before we get too deep into theorizing.
I am yet here, Alice, my dear, sweet granddaughter.
Just killed him.
Grandfather?
I must thank you, warrior of light. Without your valor, I might never have broken free of Bahamut's control.
We freed him.
These last
For
few
real,
moments are
Louisoix?
mine, to live as the man I once was.
Oh, same thing that happened to Neil.
This is all that I wanted. Yet, now that it is happening, I find myself struggling to believe it. Is it really you?
Yeah, it's a little jarring. I wish it let us do the fights, but this is better than nothing, I guess.
Grandfather, pray forgive me my insolence. It was not my intent to demean you.
Aw.
Forgive
Be
you?
sorry for once.
I am proud of you, child. You were wise enough to deduce the manner of creature I had become.
He is smart. He's a smart.
Alfino, Alize, if any here should beg forgiveness, it is I.
Grandfather,
Yeah, that's not
I
good
must
for your
ask.
soul.
will you not tell us what befell during the calamity?
Family reunion.
Yes, of course. You have come far to hear the truth.
Finally gonna get answers.
Let us then begin the tale at the Battle of Cartano, where clashed the forces of the Garlean Empire and the Eorzean Alliance. 'Twas there in the sky above the surging armies that the elder primal Bahamut broke free of the Red Moon Dalamut. In an effort to contain this avatar of destruction, I called upon the 12 to aid me in the creation of a prison of ether.
It's crazy, this is the real Dewey Saw.
But Bahamut would not be caged by such feeble bars. Too vast was his might, too fierce his rage. Little choice remained to me. I used the last of my strength to entrust our hope unto the future, and prepared to meet my end.
Yeah, he does. I don't think they're the same. Could be wrong. I know there are a couple of people that did multiple roles, but I don't remember. Cutscene. Old cinematic. Sounds like it's kind of the same thing. This was a calamity. It was the 7th calamity. Yep. This is what ended 1.0.
As you have no doubt surmised, I did not perish. When the cage built from the essences of the 12 was destroyed, the sky was filled with a colossal cloud of ether. This drifting energy responded to the prayers of those fighting below, and to my own desperate wish that the dying realm be saved by infusing me with the power of a primal. I became the immortal phoenix, ancient symbol of rebirth. Rising
much
into
like
the sky,
Ice Nose.
I struck Bahamut with all my newfound strength. The blow shattered his earthly form, and a shower of ether rained down upon the land. Thus began the rejuvenation of Eorzea. Believing the deed done, I relinquished my hold on that staggering energy, desirous that it should be returned to the realm without delay. But I had not reckoned on Bahamut's tenacious will. Even as he teetered upon the cusp of oblivion, the dragon reached out to claim me. Alas, within my fast fading form, enough remained of the Phoenix's energy to offer Bahamut a hold, and he dragged me along in his wake.
Killed him, but he...
And thus began
clinged
your
to the
existence
Aether.
as the Elder Primal's thrall.
What?
I cannot help but wonder at his will to survive. Though he was all but obliterated, Bahamut found a way to seize the power you surrendered. That would explain why part of his physical form survived to be entombed underground.
It would also explain why Eorzea was so terribly warped. Even as the land sought to restore itself, the returning flow of ether was cut off.
Bahamut stole the ether that was supposed to go back to the
Very
land.
good. When his grip on existence was once again secured, Bahamut did not cease his feast until he had consumed every last mote of ether that yet floated in the air.
Why Mordana is still
And still
barren?
he was not fully restored.
You must
Ether
remember
buffet.
that by this time, much of the freed ether had already returned to the land. That which remained was not sufficient to reconstruct so massive a form in its entirety. But there did not need to be, not for a being sustained by the marvels of Alagon technology. As long as some piece of Bahamut persists, the coils will seek it out and continue their regenerative task. The fragments of
destroy
Dalamud
this
appear
thing.
motionless from the surface, but deep beneath the ground they had been searching, tunneling through rock and soil towards their escaped prisoner. And, as you have observed for yourselves, they found his heart.
Coils are
Warrior of
giving
light,
Bahamut
heed me.
food, not
You must put a
eating
stop
him.
to Bahamut's
Kind of.
regeneration. Whether it be for man or for dragonkind, the question of justice is irrelevant. The Elder Primal will leave naught but a smoldering wasteland for both his children and ours.
thing has to be completely
I
destroyed.
beg you to defend Eorzea and guide its people to the future they yet struggle to find.
Yeah, the coils are siphoning ether from the land to give to Bahamut so that he can regenerate.
This portal will take you to the final internment hulk. 'Tis time for the tale of Bahamut and his part in the calamity to come to an end.
Beat Bahamut once and for all.
Alvino, Alize, pray, come closer.
Oh, which one?
Your hopes and dreams must no longer be an extension of mine. You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm, your own meaning in this sea of chaos. Will you do that for me?
Of course, Grandfather. I have already made it my mission to see this newborn Eorzea survive and flourish.
Alize, while I was yet enthralled to Bahamut, you spoke of my faith in man's strength. Know that your words reached me, imprisoned though my soul still was. So forceful was your conviction, I wonder if that belief has not become your own. Perhaps, after all your anger and sorrow was spent, you found something greater within you. See this fight to its culmination. 'Tis also your strength in which I have faith.
Thank you
Basically.
for everything. Pray, take your rest, Grandfather. You deserve it.
There are records of an art that allowed one to summon the power of a primal from the essence of its demise. And though I am no true primal, all that I have left, I give to you. Alphino, Alize, my darling grandchildren. May light's blessings ever keep and protect you.
Wait, twins are getting all of his spare power? How is that fair? Get like 10 levels for free. Nepotism.
Come, Warrior of Light. Our task remains undone.
I don't think that's how it works. That would be pretty funny. Go to summon, like, Almighty Phoenix. Just an old guy appears. Burning. Sorry. Phoenix. Not.
'Twas a long and
Early
arduous
man.
road, but at last we reach its end. Farewell, Bahamut. I banish you back to the ether. He is not yet whole. I did not think him capable.
Oh no! Twins!
Alize! Alize!
I had thought it finally over.
Dragon!
He will not survive another blast.
I'm here!
No. Is this how I honor my promise to Grandfather?
You must needs find your own reason to fight for this realm. Your own meaning in this sea of chaos.
If he blows this up,
Will
doesn't he
you
just
do
also
that
die?
for me?
I will, grandfather. In fact, I believe I already have. That reason has been with me all along, guiding me. Eorzea's blade of light, shearing through endless shrouds of darkness. I have been shown the miraculous feats of which we are all capable, of which I am capable. Bahamut, you have wreaked enough havoc. I will not let your wrathful fires consume all that we know and love.
How long I have waited to hear you say that! You have found your resolve at last!
Act like this is... You help Alvino. Yeah, no kidding.
Let me join my strength to yours.
Antagonized her for years.
In this place, in this moment, our purpose has become one!
Sometimes I really like Alphino, other times he really gets on my nerves. Like, maybe that's just being a teenager. Those are big bucks. What are these books?
For the future of Eorzea!
That was a little too cheesy for me.
This last task is yours, Warrior of Light. You must destroy Bahamut's crystal core.
They work together. That's cool. And the music is good. Celestia looks cool. And then we go in the crystal. We fight Bahamut's soul, basically. Music. Such a cool fight the first time. Music just keeps going. Such an epic fight. Ah.
You did it!
But we win eventually after a super epic fight. Gets off-screened for reasons. Ipe is extra cut taken.
But one task remains. With this last coil disabled, there shall be naught left to bind Bahamut to this world. His beloved children will finally know peace.
Do it before something else happens. We do it. Finally. Defeated. Real. Yay! We actually did it! I think by shutting it off, we
'Tis done. He
unfortunately
is
killed
truly
them.
gone.
I believe the coils were also empowering
You
their life
knew,
support
didn't you?
systems.
You knew what Grandfather had become.
I was not certain, but from all I had gleaned, it seemed a distinct possibility.
It was their prayer
The
they
scene
were
people
channeling
describe of the Battle
into
of Cartano was one of
Bahamut.
unimaginable devastation, and 'tis through the combined prayers of the desperate and an abundant source of ether that primals are born. I merely put two and two together.
Alphina's kind of a smart cookie. I did not realize that at all. The reveal was a complete surprise to me. But it makes sense. That is how primals work. Yeah, I think how the coils work is they all had imprisoned dragons that were praying to Bahamut, and they kept torturing them. Basically forced them to pray for salvation, which it was then channeled through the coils into Bahamut, regenerating him eternally. Absolutely cruel machine all the way through. Yeah. We saw the Charlian elf primal thrall ether ghosty hero.
And you consider that a sufficient explanation? Well, however you stumbled across your theory, 'twas this revelation that made you wary of my attachment to Grandfather. You feared that in my obsession I would fall under his primal sway. Is that why you decided to join us? To pull me back should I show signs of wavering?
Didn't even think about that.
Pray forgive me,
Okay.
sister. I wished only to protect you. Yet I see now that I needn't have doubted the strength of your conviction. May I ask you a question? What do you now intend to do with the truth you have uncovered?
Which particular truth was that, brother? The fact that desperate prayer gave rise to the primal phoenix? That this new god was responsible for setting Eorzea on the path to rebirth? Should such a tale become common knowledge, people would soon offer up their prayers in earnest. They would beseech Phoenix to complete the healing that was begun.
Let's not do that one.
Yet as you and I know all too well, the very act of calling forth this savior would do more harm to the land than good. We cannot encourage such worship for this very reason. Were Grandfather forced to return as an ether-draining primal, it would undo all that he had worked to protect. Your abiding love for him was the key that unlocked the truth of the calamity. But keys may also serve to seal doors that were best left unopened. Let your love now guide your actions, and lock away deep inside the fate of both Grandfather and Bahamut.
Just assume we're also gonna keep the secret, I guess. Not that we're a very talkative individual to begin with. Like how we're just not even a part of this conversation.
Fear not, Alphino. I understand what must be done. The realm need not know the truth for it to be saved. That the Elder Primal is banished, to return no more. That is enough.
Hanging around all this ether, safe.
Let us make our way back to the surface. Poor Urianger must be beside himself with worry.
Yeah. Guess it's turnabout. At least they get to keep a secret from Fancy Orange. A little bit even now. Pretty good secret, I would say. Here we are again. After that descent into darkness, the desolation of northern Thanaland, into Paradise. Promise, I shan't reveal the truth of the calamity to a single soul. However, the nations of Eorzea will require certain assurances that the threat of a new primal is gone. Kept in the dark over long, 'tis only a matter of time before they seek answers of their own accord. Let us recommend that the fragments of Dalamud are sealed off, that the truth may rest undisturbed. First, we must go and report to Urianger. It would not do to keep him in suspense. I dare say we shall find him pacing up and down at the cerulean process. This is the last one. It's not here anyway. Ah, the warrior of light returneth undimmed from the depths of darkness. By thy triumphant bearing, I take it thou hast succeeded in thy mission, and yet thou art alone. Mistake me not, dear friend. Full glad am I of thy safe return. But where, pray, are Master Alphino and Mistress Alice? Here, my friend, forgive us our lateness. We took the scenic route. Bahamut is no more. The realm is safe. By the heavens, look at you. What horrors your young eyes must have seen. What suffering your young bodies must have borne. Pray tell me, where are you hurt? Your wounds must need be cleansed and dressed at once. I shall make for you a poultice which draweth out. Be at ease, my friend. We are hale and whole, I assure you. We took a few tumbles. The worst of our hurts are healed. I believe we have grandfather to thank for that. Master Louis-Sois, you met with him once more. Wherefore should Bahamut's thrall seek to ease your suffering? They must have clean clothes. They cannot be walking around in such dirty garments. Poor Urianger. I must reveal all to you in due course, dear friend. First, there's a matter which requires our immediate attention. Now that Bahamut is defeated, we deem it best to bar entry to all of the fragments of Dalamud. To this end, we will convince the nation's leaders that the danger is past, invite their cooperation in ensuring that the fragments are never again disturbed. Come, let us depart and seek an audience with them forthwith. A moment, sister. You need not burden yourself with this task. Urianger and I will more than suffice. Might you not take this opportunity to rest? The gods know you have earned it. But I am fine, brother. Besides, you have been through as much as I have. Oh, I see now. You would play your game of diplomacy and wish me out of the way. No, That could be further from the truth, Alice. Yay! Confident Alice! I like it. My lady, 'tis mine earnest belief that your brother hath your best interests at heart. You have more than done your part, and he desireth but to relieve you of a burden he might easily bear alone. You have some experience treating with dignitaries, you must allow. As you never fail to remind me of my fondness for diplomacy, I feel it only right that I remind you of your aversion to it. And it is settled. Urianger, pray make arrangements for a chocobo carriage. The ride should give us ample time to prepare our story. It's true. Alfino? Our paths are different. We share the same goal. Do we not? But of course, dear sister. That which we have just achieved together stands as testament to that fact. Whatever path we choose to take, our heart shall ever lead us to the same end. That I am certain. Thank you. Aww. Alphino's still kind of a brat, but at least they came to an understanding. There's a place I would visit. Might I ask you to accompany me? First, I do believe a change of garments is in order. It won't take a moment. Wait, did she get a new outfit? I don't remember. Am I actually going to be able to tell them apart? No, that's not a very cool outfit. Guess it works for now. Landscape is the same. Of course, there's no reason it would be otherwise. Yeah, I like the idea of Celestia just having friends, or the Warrior of Light, Lyoki, whatever it is. Yeah, and they're like the same height. Like they do kind of have the same energy. But yeah, it does make me happy. Though it would be poetic for the fragments to magically disappear, I'm well aware that they shall remain long after you and I are gone. I'm glad that we just get to see Alice and things are just chill for a bit. Nice that this is a world, people living their lives. The world may change irrevocably. Life shall ever go on. Let's take a closer look, shall we? I have no doubt that Alphino will do an admirable job concealing the truth of the calamity. And such truths as were revealed in those dark depths will never see the light of day. I myself agreed that it must be so. The thought that the people of Eorzea shall forever remain ignorant of their savior, of your deeds, injustice of it, almost too much for me to bear. It's okay. We're already the Warrior of Light. I think we've got enough checks on our resume. Don't think we need more credit for saving the realm. How typical of you, Celestia. Ever the heroine. Even so, I cannot deny that I feel better for your reassurance. I want you to know that I will never forget. You are the one who freed Grandfather's soul and saved Eorzea from Bahamut's wrath. And though these great deeds will never be remembered in song, their consequences will be felt forevermore by every soul who calls this realm home. Yeah. Yes. This spot will do. Your grandfather, Neil, and the dragons of Mericidia, for all those who were taken by the calamity. At long last, the struggle with Bahamut is over. The realm, given new life through the prayers and sacrifices of countless souls, they look to a brighter tomorrow. That's okay. It's a lot of details to try to keep together. Yeah, it is the calamity, 7th Umbral calamity, all the same words, same thing. When the dust of our adventure has settled, I shall embark on a journey. I mean to find my own reason to fight for Eorzea, and when I do, I will fight with all my being. You get it, Alice. You've done so much for me, Celestia. One day I hope to be able to repay you in kind. I have no doubt that you will continue to help those in need, and grow ever stronger in doing so. I shall endeavor to do the same. And if the 12 are kind, I hope one day to become Eorzea's sword in the darkness, as you are. Come what may, you may rest assured that I will not be outdone by Alphino. Yeah, go Alice! Get it, show that arrogant brother of yours what's up. And next we meet, I promise that I will not disappoint you. Till that day, fare you well, my friend. And thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Bye, Alice. Oh, I like her. Oh, go our separate ways. Hope we get to see more of her. Sorry, what? Yeah. That was weird. There we go. We did it! That was the end!